Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn English by News. I'm your host today. This is a special podcast where we learn English together. We read real news stories using simple words. Today we have a very interesting story from China. It's a bit shocking, actually. Before we start, let's take a deep breath. Relax and listen carefully. Don't worry if you miss something. You can listen again later. The most important thing is to enjoy learning. Are you ready? Let's begin our story. A reporter visited a noodle factory in Shandong province and found something very strange inside. The factory was making airplanes too. Yes, you heard that right. A noodle factory was making airplanes. This happened in a town called Weiqiao in Zuping City. The factory owner said his main business was making noodles for people to eat, but he decided to start another business. He told the reporter that the machines for making noodles could also make airplane parts. So why not make both things? The owner created a small airplane workshop right next to his noodle production area. He hired some workers who knew about machines. The factory was making small aircraft that could carry 2 people in the sky. These were called gyrocopters or rotary wing aircraft. The owner offered to sell these aircraft for about $15,000. He said this was cheaper than buying a car. The reporter asked an important question. Did these airplanes have safety certificates? Did they have permission papers from the government? The owner answered unclearly and said these were handmade custom aircraft that didn't need official papers. This was not true at all. When the reporter looked at the aircraft being made, they looked very poor quality. The metal parts were dirty and rusty. These aircraft had no quality certificate, no production license, and no flight safety approval. They were completely illegal to make and sell. Making airplanes is very serious business. It requires special knowledge, testing, and government approval. These are called safety standards and regulations. But this noodle factory owner had none of these official permissions from aviation authorities. He was breaking several important laws in China. The aircraft were also tested in unsafe places. The owner said he tested them on roads between farm fields. This is extremely dangerous. If something goes wrong during a test, people on the ground could get hurt badly. Reporters discovered that this noodle factory was not the only place making illegal aircraft. There were several other small workshops, too. Some workshops pretended to repair farm equipment, but secretly made aircraft parts for selling. Others called themselves aviation hobby clubs to hide. These sellers used social media and video platforms to find customers. They posted videos showing people flying in homemade aircraft. They used attractive phrases like farmers making airplanes and cheap flying dreams to get attention. Many people were interested in buying. Some sellers even offered home assembly service and flying lessons as part of their package. This made everything seem more professional. You might wonder why someone would make airplanes without permission. The answer is simple. They wanted to make money fast. Building one of these aircraft costs about $5,000 to $8,000 in materials, but they sold them for much more. The owners could earn double the money they spent. This high profit made them willing to break the law. Another reason was poor government watching. Local officials didn't check these small factories carefully enough. The workshops could hide their illegal activities. Many people also didn't know the law. Some buyers thought buying a homemade airplane was okay and legal. After the TV news report came out, the Zuping city government acted very quickly. They formed a special investigation team immediately. The team included officers from 8 different government departments, including police and safety inspectors. They went to the factory that same night. Officials took away all the machines, unfinished airplane parts, and sales records from the workshop. They also froze the bank accounts. 7 people were questioned by police, including the factory owner, technical workers, and sales staff. They had to answer many questions. The government also started checking all similar businesses in the whole city area. They wanted to find any other illegal operations. When this news story was shared on Chinese social media, millions of people commented. Most people were very shocked and worried. Many people wrote funny comments like, turning a kitchen into an airport. They couldn't believe Noodle machines made airplane parts. But many others were angry and scared. One person wrote that buying a cheap aircraft was like buying danger. People asked where the government inspectors were. How could this happen without anyone noticing for so long? Some people worried there might be similar illegal workshops in other cities. They asked for checks across the whole country. This story shows us something important about modern China. The country is developing its low-altitude economy very fast. Low-altitude economy means using the sky below a certain height for business. This includes delivery drones and air taxis. Even Zuping City was actively promoting low-altitude economy development with government support. Local officials visited drone companies earlier that year, but fast development sometimes creates problems. New businesses appear before rules are clearly made. This creates dangerous situations like illegal aircraft. Experts say safety must always come first. Rules and checking systems need to keep up with business growth. Flying is one of the most dangerous activities humans can do. That's why airplane rules are so strict everywhere. Real airplane companies spend years designing and testing. They use wind tunnels, computer models, and many test flights. They must prove to government that every part is safe. Only then can they sell aircraft to people. But these Noodle factory aircraft skipped all these important safety steps completely. Everything depended on the owner's feelings and luck. This year, A man in Sichuan province died when his homemade aircraft crashed during a video broadcast. These dangers are real. This story teaches us several important lessons about safety and law. First, not everything that flies is safe to use. Second, making money should never be more important than following safety rules. Shortcuts in safety can kill people. Third, government checking and watching must improve. Officials need better tools to find illegal activities before they cause harm. Fourth, people need better education about laws. Both sellers and buyers should understand what is legal and illegal. Finally, new industries need clear rules from the beginning. Fast development is good, but not without proper safety systems. Today we learned about a noodle factory that illegally made airplanes. It's a strange story, but also a serious warning. The Chinese government stopped this dangerous activity quickly, but similar problems might exist in other places too. This reminds us that safety rules exist for good reasons. They protect us from danger. We should never ignore them. Thank you for listening to Learn English by News. I hope you enjoyed today's story and learned some new words. Remember, learning English takes time and practice. Listen again if you want. See you next time. Goodbye.